Our other focus, a ray of hope for the 5 Indian fishermen who are facing a death sentence in Sri Lanka for narcotics smuggling. Sri Lankan Minister Sarath Amunugama spoke to Headlines today and said that there had been no executions in the country in the last decade and that the issue can be resolved through bilateral talks. The minister said the matter was before a Sri Lankan court and the first priority before the court was to complete the judicial process. He said ultimately the executive authority will decide whether or not to implement the sentence. India has voiced concerns over the death sentence passed on the 30th of October by the Colombo High Court on 5 Indian fishermen. They had been arrested in 2011 and accused of smuggling heroin into Sri Lanka.
The situation in Rameswaram still continues to be on the boil. I am joined here by the Sri Lankan International Monetary Cooperation Minister, Mr. Sarath Amunugama. Mr. Amunugama, first of all, those 5 Indian fishermen who have been sentenced to death, there's a lot of agitation that is going on in Tamil Nadu, in Rameswaram. Is there an executive authority of the president that can come into use out here?
Well, the first thing is that in Sri Lanka, the judiciary is independent. They assess the facts and give a judgment. So nobody is going to interfere with the judiciary. But once the judgment is given, under our constitution, there are powers vested in the president who can mitigate or even dissolve whatever judgment has been given.
Right.
So I want to make it very clear that in Sri Lanka, though the death penalty remains on the books, it has never been implemented, particularly by President Rajapaksa. He has not sentenced anyone to actual hanging or death. Nobody has died as a result of being given the death sentence in Sri Lanka.
You think, sir, that once, of course, the judicial process is taken care of, the legal process is taken care of, at best we will see perhaps that death sentence not being commuted or being, commuted into life imprisonment?
I can, the final decision, of course, is with the President. But I am pretty confident that none of those people will be hung.
आज मैं उनका जो डेलीगेशन में मुझे जो मेमोरेंडम मिला है उसमें अपना पत्र लिखकर आज मैं प्रधानमंत्री को वो बात कह रहा हूँ और सुषमा जी को भी मिलकर कहने वाला हूँ। वहाँ के जो सेंटिमेंट्स है वहाँ के लोगों के उन्होंने मेरे सामने रखे हैं, वो सेंटिमेंट मैं प्रधानमंत्री जी के पास और सुषमा जी के पास पहुँचाने का काम करूँगा।
Let's get a word from our correspondent Shresha Reddy, who's with us live this morning. Shresha, finally some ray of hope coming in from the Sri Lankan minister who's saying that this matter can still be resolved on a bilateral level.
Well, exactly, Simi. Though this comes as a positive term for these fishermen families. But one thing what we have to understand is that at a time when the political parties and the families of these fishermen are saying that the false cases have been foisted, and the minister coming out and saying that the death sentence has not been implemented in Sri Lanka in the past decade. But again, this is not something that the political parties are willing to buy, because when I was talking to a pro-Tamil activist, he has been saying that he's been accusing the Sri Lankan government, in fact the president Mahinda Rajapaksa, because according to the pro-Tamil groups in Tamil Nadu who are holding Rajapaksa responsible for killing lakhs of Tamils in Sri Lanka during the war, and this is just another move, and this is to threaten these fishermen who have been lodged there, though it has not been implemented, though it is on books still. But what is going to come out and why such a judicial system has to be very strong on Indian fishermen is what the question has been raised by these activists and the family members who, of course, waiting with bated breath to know what exactly is going to happen to all these 5 innocent fishermen.
As the protests continue on the ground, Shresha, thanks so much for that update.